how you guys doing? I'm Toby,
And I'm Jim.
and we're here to do two old guys talking life. We are going to talk about a ton of subjects.
We're going to probably piss people off, but that's just how it's going to be. You know, we're going to talk about probably anything that comes across our mind. If people get offended, I guess they get offended.
If you got a sense of humor, you're really going to enjoy what we're going to do.
Right.
We were just right now, we're scrolling through Facebook Marketplace. I want to sell my car. And we're looking for other cars, and we're just laughing at how stupid some of these prices are, some of these ads. Those are the kind of things we're going to talk about. Talk about what happens at home. We're not going to talk about our spouses because we've been married too long.
Right.
That we know better than to
right.
do that.
Or we can talk about this morning when he got woke up by a skunk pissing on his dog.
No, yeah, 4:30 in the morning, my beautiful little powder, my white shepherd, decided to climb in bed with me with a little bit of yellow on her face, and it was skunk pewy, icky gook.
Yeah, Toby's got a good aroma today hanging on him, so, you know.
I did shower. That was the start. So that's how my day started, and then Jim called me and said, yeah, we're going to do this today, but you better bring over one of those smelly things because it's going to smell like shit in this house.
Mm-hmm. That smelled pretty bad outside. They really got it good, too.
And we decided now if we ever wanted to get a kitten, because they're mean to animals, we would have to get a black one with a white stripe. Might make it, because I think they will never mess with a skunk again.
No.
And the funny thing is it woke up our producer.
Yeah, he really liked that.
Yeah, and in fact, here's our producer, Steven. He has been a helpful guy, yet a pain in the ass during all of this.
Yes, and I have some reasons for it, because I got to deal with both of these guys. You will understand quickly what I mean. You will both love it and grow. Enjoy, have fun.
Thank you, Mr. Steven.
Thank you. We're doing this out of my house over here. We're in Clinton, Arkansas, in the middle of the woods. And this is where we live, but we decided to do it here. We're going to also move it to the dog pound on occasion. That was your idea.
Right, yeah, that'll work.
And that's where we have our man cave with the pool table and that stuff. And then we have our racetracks, which I have three slot car tracks in there, and Jim's helping me build the new one, which is going to be a Hot Wheels racing track. We kind of like cars. You'll learn that from the show. That's kind of what most of our extra thoughts go to.
Right. You know, I got a 6-lane Hot Wheel track. It's almost contribute to a quarter mile. But I've been trying to get him to come over and race, and my grandson's called him out. And he just, I don't know, he's just too scared to come over and race with us. It was the
snow. It was I sick one time?
Yeah, sick.
Was it the radiation fucking with my belly?
Okay, yeah, okay.
That one I can get away with.
That's legit one.
But I can't use it too often
because legit one.
They call me out on it.
Yeah, he got called out, and then they said, "Oh man, Toby ain't gonna come. He ain't gonna come. He can't hang with us." I said, "Well, I don't know, man." I said, he says he's coming. He said, well, he said, we're just too fast for him, you know. He said, Zach says, you know, he keeps his Hot Wheels in a bag and he shakes them and plays them in the dirt and stuff.
Yeah, they are good in the dirt.
You know,
but they don't come over and race on my drag strip for my slot car. That's a full quarter mile. They don't come over and do on the road courses because they're afraid I kick their little.
Oh, you probably would. You probably would.
Because that's my thing and that's theirs. So we're getting ready.
Yeah.
Jade's even gonna come and do it. You want to come over and say hi, Jade? Jade, want to come over and just say hi? You don't have to say a word. Okay, Jade doesn't like me. That's my granddaughter, or this whole thing, stupid idea that we're doing. We came up with this idea because we sit around and we talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, talk about anything.
Yeah, and it was like,
that's what happens when you get old. You talk about stuff.
Why not do a podcast? Because people laugh hysterically when we do this. We're not looking to make any money. We're not looking to do anything. We're just kind of filling our time and want to give a little bit of humor, laughter, and maybe some insight to you people out there. I know you younger generation ain't going to listen to us.
No.
You're going to go, oh, those old farts.
They'll probably still be sleeping by the time we're doing this in the mornings.
That's true. That's true, because that or they'll be gaming.
Yeah, or gaming, yep.
It's the electronic.
Well, you know what gets me is, all these video games these kids play, they got blood and glory stuff in there, but they take away Elmer Fudd's gun, Cindy Sam's, and they put a butterfly net in Elmer Fudd's hand. So he's going to go out, he can't hunt him a Wascally Wabbit no more.
Right.
He's butterfly hunting. But you got these kids over here on this Call of Duty,
blowing away,
it's all
blood
blood
everywhere, splatters
right.
all
So
over the place.
what's the deal in that?
Because no, it's not fair. They took that away. These kids nowadays, look, that's going to be many subjects of what we were. We were just talking about his grandson Zach, and my granddaughter Jade. They're both 18, graduating high school this year, and really don't even care if they get a license.
Back that day, I wanted to drive.
When I was 15 and a half, I was at the DMV that day
so
I could get my permit.
Oh, yeah.
When I was 16, I was there. Getting my license the day I'm 16. And back then, we didn't have all these restrictions.
Right.
Like kids nowadays, they could only drive with kids in the car these hours. They could only drive these. Dude, we could drive 24 hours, 7 days a week with as many idiots. And how many people have you put in the trunk of an Impala?
Man, I used to drive them big sleds, and I had a big '75 Buick, a white LeSabre, and
beautiful.
I probably 10 deep in it. Used to drive around like that.
I could possibly beat you with a '67 Bonneville.
Oh, really?
That had a 4-door with a trunk. That thing was as big as my couch. It was so big, but they don't want to get a license.
No.
They don't have the motivation to want to, and it wasn't that we wanted a license to get a job. We wanted a license to get out and do things, but their life.
Your life changes when you get a driver's license.
Their life is right here.
Yep.
This is what they want to live for. They want to do everything through this. Granted, we use our phones. I use it for car deals. I use it for recipes. I use it for music. I use it for all kinds of things. But I'm not on it 24/7. I drive back and forth to Little Rock every day, 5 days a week right now. What you see people on their phones driving.
Oh, yeah.
And I hate to say this, mostly women. Yeah, you.
Oh, yeah, they got the knee on. They got the knee on the steering wheel, all texting.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, they're texting.
Yeah.
They got their knee on the steering wheel. They're either doing their makeup or they're eating cereal out of a cup.
And they're driving 60, 70 mile an hour.
Absolutely.
Not paying attention.
No. And that is way more women than guys.
Yes.
And it's not just the makeup thing; it's the all of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's something we're going to get in trouble for.
What's that?
What we just said.
Yeah, probably.
But it's the truth.
Yeah,
you ask anybody on the road,
right.
and they drive by and they see this, and that's the truth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So those are the things we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I was coming up the mountain the other day, and in my S10, and I get behind this girl's car, and she's on the phone like this. She's just awesome. All of a sudden it's like 40, and then gets down to 30, and then gets down to 20, and I'm coming up the mountain like, what the hell, man? And I can't pass on the lane, and she's just swerving back and forth. So I finally go around her, and she looks at me like,
oh yeah,
and gives me that dirty look. I thought, what the hell?
Yeah, that's like Arkansas. What the fuck? There's another one of the what the fucks.
Yeah.
You do that how many times a day? The real funny thing is when you're coming in from Conway and you come down the hill and it goes 55, 45, 35 within a half a mile, quarter mile.
Right.
And these suckers are still coming over the hill and you're trying to hit the brakes.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Arkansas, the speed limit, there's so many places that goes from 55 to 35 within a half a mile. Going down on 9 towards Birdstown and that stuff through Formosa, in Conway, right when you're coming down to the main part of Conway into where all the freeways are. Yeah, kind of hard to consider. And then jump on the freeway, you're going 75 miles an hour next to a truck that's going 80.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of crazy stuff. But this is going to be our format. We're going to talk about different things. We're going to talk about food, like Jade. Oh my God, I'm so blessed. My granddaughter is starting to cook. We're foodies in this house. We really have good food. I'm a hell of a barbecuer, but that's another story and another day. But she's been stepping up and really cooking. And what's really funny is, I'm going to give you a little history of me and Jim. Me and Jim met 5, 6 years ago.
Yep.
At a car show. He was putting it on, him and his son, their car club. And me and my buddies, who I met through this town because I was new here, who had cars, were like really impressed with the car show. We really were.
But you're from California and I'm from Flint, Michigan.
That's the big difference.
And they don't cruise down here like we used to.
Oh, they don't cruise. They don't car show. They don't hang out. They don't help each other.
Nope.
The car world here is so different than anywhere else. So I was really impressed with them, and I was part of this stupid club that's part of this town. Yeah, and I said stupid, Archie Fork, because everybody was so damn closed-minded in it and wouldn't open their mind to bring in the kids, to bring in the different things, and change. This town is stuck without changing.
Right. In the car show, you had to be one of them in their club to win anything in that car show.
Absolutely. Very cliquey, but that's a lot of places. So we saw their car show. They were doing burnouts. They were doing all kind of sound competition. And so we walked up to them and said, hey, we'd like to, be part of you guys.
Right.
So we joined their club. We got a sticker and something else. And we handed them $20, and they said, okay, you're part of it. So we thought we were going to go to meetings and all this stuff.
Right.
The bad thing is they kind of fizzled out right after we joined. There was a lot of inside politics that he could tell you a little bit more of.
Yeah.
And we kind of lost track. I'd see Jim every once in a while. Well, we had a slot car track here, so they used to come to that when we had it.
Right, you used to race slot cars.
Which was a blast. We had fun. Jim and I got along great. But when we closed that, a lot of weird things, people go in different directions. Jim and I didn't really talk much. Then
I was never mad. I was never mad.
I was never mad at Jim.
No.
I was mad at his son, Rick.
No.
Rick, his son.
I was never
Rick,
mad.
yeah, I love you, but you're a dick. Okay? We got to sit down and talk one day, but you are a dick, and I'm an asshole. So we got to figure that thing out, because you're a good guy. I like you, but you don't always think. That's the best way to get it. So I see his wife at Walmart all the time because that's where she works, and I always ask about him. And my health has been going downhill, and this is right before I found out that I have cancer and I'm kind of sick. So we're talking to his wife, and she's like, oh, he just sits around at home and bitches and can't do this and won't do this.
Yep.
Complains the kids are this and complains this. I go, oh, so he's doing the same thing I am.
So basically, we was doing the same thing.
And so I sent him a message one day, and we started talking, and we have become very, very, very close friends.
Yes.
And we should have the whole time, but life brings you in circles that you can't always control where you end up.
Right.
And we just been hanging out ever since. He's gone with me. He's going to help me a lot the next 2 weeks because mine is back at work, and I got to go for my last 2 weeks of radiation therapy for cancer for this round. And he's going to go with me because driving by yourself back and forth every time kind of gets old.
Right, just hope we ain't got to use the bathroom at that nasty facility.
Oh, God. Don't. Yeah,
Man,
in 2 weeks we will discuss that facility.
Yeah,
How's that sound?
a medical facility shouldn't look like that inside.
In 2 weeks we will discuss the cancer story of the.
Yes.
It's bad. Cancer sucks, and it takes your family, and it takes your life, not just physically, your life. And so that's how we became close again. And we were sitting there the other day, and I see all these podcasts of these people who are doing stupid shit and being too political. Political, this is my political stance. You do good for the country. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican. I'm going to vote for who I think is best. I'm not going to get into politics now. You're about the same voice. You're going to go for the best.
Mm-hmm.
And we just laugh, and we just wanted to get on here and talk real life, real experiences, something that probably every single one of you people from 45 on can relate to, and the ones below that have probably heard their grandparents and parents tell them the same stuff and all of that. So we hope you tune in. That's our first one, introducing ourselves. And thank you guys, and we'll try to be, I don't know if we'll do it daily, weekly, whatever we get the time to do. Just thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Toby.
I'm Jim, and another thing too is you never know what you're going to hear on this podcast.
Oh, amen to that. Amen to that.
If you're sensitive and you're going to get butthole hurt, this might not be the podcast you want to hear.
Right, and we're going to try to work on that. You guys could call in and we could go live with video. Just remember, it's two old guys just talking life.
Right.
Thank you, and
Thank
see you later.
See you. Bye.